Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Charlene Main. I'm an educator and color ambassador with Z1 Concept North America. And today I'm here to share a little bit of information with you about our smoothies, which is our semi-permanent color range. Today I am going to go through what makes our smoothies different. I'm going to talk a little bit about the ingredients and the application. Then I'm going to show a mannequin that I have pre-done, which has some different formulas for blonde toning, as well as talk about some formulas that I utilize in the salon myself on a day-to-day basis for low lighting. So let's get started. When we think about our semi-permanent color, it is often a great choice for blending away those first grays. So clients who don't want to have the demarcation line, it's great because your smoothies is going to gradually fade off the hair and they don't have that commitment to the color. As well, clients that are looking for tone on tone or an introduction to color, smoothies is a perfect choice because it is going to allow them to play with color, but again, without that commitment. We also love to use our semi-permanent smoothies for toning. So if you have a blonde client who you would like to change the tonal direction, or if you have someone who maybe you've highlighted and they've just got that little bit of residual warmth left, you can certainly clean that up with your smoothies as well, and giving soft, lots of different tonal options that you can go into with blonde. So let's look at what this range is really all about. So our semi-permanent color cream is an ammonia-free color cream. So it is in a beautiful cream base, lots of cosmetic ingredients in there that are going to condition the hair, and cute little pink packaging, and we're going to talk about why that's important in a moment. When we talk about the smoothies themselves, we have 56 different shades that we have the opportunity to utilize, therefore giving you unlimited creativity as a stylist. Now, I talked about the packaging being pink, and the book itself has your pink writing on it, as do your bottles of emulsion. So this is really great because it allows you to know what goes with what when you are looking in the back bar of your salon. So everything is labeled very clearly. We also have these icons on the front of the book, and these icons are going to help you to remember exactly what it is that's in our product that makes it different. We're going to start with your milk proteins. Now, milk proteins are known for strength and repair, and that's why we put them into our color. We have also your organic honey, and organic honey is going to give you incredible shine and elasticity in the hair, as well as being soothing on the scalp. We have your sunflower seed oil, which is known as Integrity 41. And your sunflower seed oil is an antioxidant. It's also very reparative and protective. As we go down the list, we have next your amino acid complex. An amino acid complex is going to give that strength to the hair. So the quality of ingredient that we put into our color is really important because our mission is to get your hair back to as close to the natural state as possible. So we've got lots of care ingredient, lots of beautiful high quality pigments that we use, and as we open the book, we will see that there's also a variety of organic ingredients that we have included, which are both protective and emollient in the color. So we have your blueberries, your milk, chocolate, strawberries, honey, and papaya. These products not only give that protection, but they also give an incredible scent. So a sensorial experience for yourself and your client. So can you imagine having your hair colored with a product that smells like blueberries or smells like honey? Fantastic. I'm going to take a moment to talk about the emulsions before I go through the actual color itself. When we look at our smoothies, there are 3 different emulsions that we can choose from. Again, you will notice those ingredients that we talked about a moment ago are all listed on your emulsion bottle as well. That is to let you know that those same ingredients are in your emulsion as are in your color. They are made to work together, and this ensures that the emulsion interlocks the color right into the hair strand. So our first emulsion of the 3 is your light activating. Light activating is a 3.5 volume, which is 1%. And that 3.5 volume is going to be perfect for toning hair, for depositing color without shifting the base. It is also excellent if you're using any kind of pastel or doing blonde toning. So that is your light activating. We then have your activating emulsion. Activating emulsion is an 8 volume, which is 2.4%. Your activating emulsion is going to be the choice for doing tone-on-tone color, blending up to 50% white. This is, again, an 8 volume, so it's got that little bit of extra strength there that can do that blending. Lastly, we have your intensive activating emulsion. And your intensive activating is going to be utilized best for your clients who are looking for that gray blending. This is an 18 volume or 5.4%. So that 18 volume again is yet stronger, and that is going to help with that up to 75% white hair blending that you can get. This is also the emulsion that you want to choose if you are looking to have a really intensive tone. So maybe you've got a copper, a violet, and you really want it to pop. That's when we're going to look at our intensive activating emulsion. Timing on our emulsions is going to be 20 minutes. Now we know sometimes in our styling that we have clients that come in that maybe have a little bit more porous hair. So in that case, you want to watch your deposit. So it could be 5 to 20 minutes. But on average, your timing would be 20 minutes for smoothies. So you're going to apply the color onto damp hair. So it could be towel dried very well. It could be dried 50% with your blow dryer. The reason for the damp hair is it's just going to give you a little bit more slip and a little bit easier to work the product through. Again, your timing is going to be approximately 20 minutes. Rinse your hair after, emulsify the product through, and then completely rinse everything out of the hair and finish with your acid color sealer, which will close down that cuticle, and then continue on with your styling. Now, when we talk about the different shades that we have in the book, we're going to first of all look at the fact that we have a legend. So right here at the very back of the book on the bottom corner, we have provided a legend for you. So that is going to be very beneficial if you are new to the color line and you're just maybe not quite sure what the numbers mean. So that is there to help you. When we start to go through the book itself, you will notice that we begin with our naturals. And our naturals are going to be perfect for blending away those first gray hairs. We have our ash, and this is a blue base ash represented with 0.1. And again, those are beautiful for reducing unwanted warmth in the hair. Your beige, and beige is a 0.13. So 1 being ash, 3 being gold. And this is going to give you almost that iridescent look like you would get in beach sand. You know, if you pick up sand and some of the granules are translucent or transparent, and some of the granules may be a little bit darker, there's many different hues to sand. And that is the effect that you're going to get with beige. As we move down into our gold, gold is 0.3, and this is a very soft gold, not brassy whatsoever. Beautiful, again, for your blonde hair clients or anyone wanting that extra shine. Your 0.4 is where we are going to find copper. And again, beautiful, rich copper shades. We're then going to turn the page into our reds, which are your 0.6, and your violets, which are your 0.7. Note those little bubbles that show you exactly which sensorial experience your client is going to get from putting these colors on. So we've got blueberry in with your violet and the strawberry in with your reds. As we move down through the book, we see here your exotics, your chocolates, and your sensual warms. These are beautiful rich browns with combinations of coppers and ash that are going to give beautiful sheen and depth to your brunette clients. Our last page is where we are going to start to see all of our shades that do not have a level to them. So these are tone only. And these are quite often used for toning blonde. They can be utilized by mixing in with any of the other colors and shades in our book. But if we were using these on their own, let's just talk about what their base is so that we are very clear. So you have, first of all, your pearl, and your pearl is a neutral. This has the slightest amount of lilac to it. What is great for is cleaning up blonde. So if you have a client that you've done highlights and you've just got that little bit of residual warm, you can then go in with your pearl and that's going to clean it up without the risk of it ever being lavender or lilac or any type of violet shade. Your powder is a pink lilac base, and that is again very similar to the effect that you get from a beige, where it's very soft, very pretty. I always tell people, if you're not sure what to tone with, go with powder. It is no fail. You then have your silver, and your silver is a violet gray base. This is going to be utilized for cleaning up unwanted yellow or slight brassiness in the hair, so it can neutralize. And lastly, you have your anthracite. And anthracite is actually a blue gray base. And that is beautiful for unwanted warmth when you're looking at reds, coppers, where you need to control there. So those are the 4 shades that we can utilize for different toning ability. Also with your anthracite, sometimes we like to color gentlemen's hair, or even women who have salt and pepper hair. And you know, they're a little bit more salty towards the front and a little more peppery towards the back, and you just kind of want to blend it together a little better. So anthracite can be an amazing tool in that way because it has that blue-gray base to it. Now, the trick with anthracite is to remember that if your client is more than 50% white, or salt in this case, you want to make sure that you add to it some of your natural. So I usually go in with a level 4 or a level 5 natural, because then you don't have any of that blue showing that's in the color. You only get that kind of gray residue. So that pigment is going to be best utilized, again, when you are blending away white hair that has more than 50%. That is when you're going to mix it with the natural. Then we have your pastels, and your pastels are beautiful for creating different tones on blonde hair. We've got your raspberry, your peach, an icy blue, lavender, your orchid, and pink grapefruit. So these colors can be utilized themselves with your with your 3.5 volume, which is your light activating emulsion. So you can certainly utilize that, or you can add these into any of your other shades. So for instance, you might want to mix your pink grapefruit in with your pearl and create new shades that way. Then at the bottom, we do have also your intensifiers. So we've got fiery reds, beautiful coppery rich orange. We've got copper, and you've got your golden yellow shade here and a blue. So if you're looking to intensify any of the shades that you have created, you can do that by adding in your intensifier up to half the amount. And you always need to add the appropriate emulsion. So 1.5 times, like we were talking about earlier, you need to add the emulsion based on how much you've put in of your intensifier. Again, your legend is right here in case you forget what any of those numbers mean. So your shades back here can also, even though they don't have a level to them, they can be utilized and intermixed with any of the shades throughout the Smoothies color chart. So that is an overview of the actual book. What I'm going to do now is take a moment and show you a mannequin that I have pre-done with some of the different formulas. So here on my mannequin, I had pre-lightened her out to a level 9. So if we start at the right side here, what I've done is in this little part right here that you see, this is my what we call raw bleach. So this is untoned, just straight, rinsed it off, and that is the color that I pre-lightened my model to. Now you can see the difference in the tone here. So this first section was a combination of 9.13 with powder. So that level 9 ash gold with that powder that is that pink lilac base, and you can see the difference that that gave just softening that blonde up. As I move around the head, here I have a little bit of a cooler section. Now this particular section, again, still pre-lightened to that level 9, just like the other, but in this particular section, I use 2 parts of the powder, which is the pink lilac base, and 1 part of lavender. So that really neutralized that unwanted brassy yellow color and gave me a very soft effect. Keeping through the back of the head here, you will see this one is a little bit more iridescent than its partner beside it. And in this particular section, I used a combination, equal parts of powder, silver, and pink grapefruit. So using those pastel shades to give me a soft iridescent color. What I love about utilizing these pastels is on the lighter pieces, it really picks up those iridescent hues. So you get a lot of dimension in the color. Again, there's that base that we started with so that you can see the difference that toning makes. And then the last section that I did in the blonde is more for your client that wants to have softer, almost a blonde color, a brownish blonde. Some people talk about mushroom or just a very, very sandy brown. So this I achieved with 2 parts of 9.1, which is your ash, and 1 part of silver, which is your violet gray. So mixing those together, again, coming from that brassy gold, gives a beautiful, beautiful blonde type of color. So that gives you a few ideas on the mannequin of some of the different ways that you can create blonde tones, because not everyone wants to be that icy white. So these are some different options that you can utilize. Now I said that I had done some swatches. I was going to share some low lighting formulas for you. So in this first swatch, again, these are level 9 swatches, I have utilized 7E, which is that exotic, so a mix of the coppers and ashes, and I've utilized the 7E with a 6N. So this would be a beautiful low light to work into a client, just to give a little bit more dimension into the hair. I also have created a swatch, and this one a little bit deeper. This is a 641, which is a chocolate, and it is mixed with your 713, which is the beige ash copper, again on that level 9. So 641, which is that rich chocolate color, and mixed with a 7.13, level 7 ash gold. Again, beautiful for low lighting. And one last low light that I will share with you that is, again, very popular, because sometimes blondes are a little bit afraid of getting low lights. They think they're too dark. I like to utilize a 613, which again, level 6 in that beige formula, ash gold, and I mix it with powder. So again, using those tones that don't have any level to them to almost pastelify or dilute the actual color of your low light is a great idea. It gives you incredible shine. So I hope that that gives you guys a great little overview of the Smoothies hair color. I look forward to sharing more information with you. Please don't hesitate to give us a shout out, tag us, and if you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer for you. Thanks so much. Have a great day.